Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell and welcome to Live Q&A. Today is July 8th, 2019. So I'm glad to have you all with me. I think this is the most I've ever seen at the very beginning of a live Q&A. So Roy was saying we should put with special announcement on all of our Q&As. So glad to be with you. I just got back late last night from Dice Tower Con. Dice Tower Con 2019 was a fantastic fair. We had a fantastic time. Many people, numerous people came up and said hi to me, and so I'm very thankful for that. We had lots of shows. We had lots of fun, played lots of great games. It was an entertaining time from start to finish. So this is a Q&A. I'll be taking questions and answers as we go through here, and I'm keeping an eye on the chat, so I will be able to talk to you all. But I wanted to talk about the future of Dice Tower Con and what we're doing next year, because it's going to be a radical change, and I know that people are going to have strong feelings about it. Well, people are going to have strong feelings about whatever we were going to do, no matter what. So let me start with a bit of background here. Dice Tower Con has been a fantastic, terrific event that I've been part of for the past 9 years. It is something that I really enjoyed. I really have fun. When it first started, it was kind of a quiver in my, in my eyes, like this would be amazing. I never imagined it would get to be where it was. And so I think the folks who have run Dice Tower Con have done an amazing job, and I'm really thankful for that, and that we were able to be part of it and have a great time. As times have come, as times moved on, we went beyond Dice Tower Con. First, we started with Dice Tower Cruise. Then last year, we started Dice Tower Retreat. And then this year, Dice Tower West. So now we kind of have a four-pronged thing. But the main differences with those is that Dice Tower Retreat and Dice Tower Cruise, and to a good extent, Dice Tower West, are under complete control of the Dice Tower, and Dice Tower Con was not. So, because of that, and that's one reason that we're making the changes that we're making for Dice Tower Con 2020. The one change is essentially in 2020, the Dice Tower, myself, we are going to be in control of the convention. This is not a slam on how it's been run in the past at all. But instead of being guests at a convention, it's going to be ours, and we're going to be bringing it into the group of Dice Tower Con. To that end, the name of the con is also changing. It will no longer be called Dice Tower Con. It's going to be called Dice Tower East, which kind of matches Dice Tower West. So we now have a four-pronged system of events, Dice Tower East and Dice Tower West, which are we're trying to make not necessarily mirror images, but pretty close to each other. One on the West Coast in Vegas and one on the East Coast. Then we have Dice Tower Retreat, which is here in Miami, where I live, which is a just get together and game as much as you possibly can. And then Dice Tower Cruise, which is a cruise ship that people can go on. So I'm not announcing any new Dice Tower Cons other than this. There's no plans. There's not even preliminary plans for that. So with us taking over the con and running it and doing things, that's one aspect. And by the way, if you want to see the logo for Dice Tower East, you can check out dicetowereast.com. It's there. The other thing is for us to run a convention, to jump in and do that, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of things going on. So we are going to be, working to that end. When I first was involved with Dice Tower Con, my dreams were big, 10, 20,000. Let's compete with Gen Con. But then over the past few years, I've been reading comments where people said, I went to Dice Tower Con and I didn't even see the Dice Tower guys. And that really bothers me, because we are one of the reasons I would assume people come to Dice Tower Con. And I would hate to have a convention that goes by where people aren't. So to that end, Dice Tower Con, Dice Tower East, is actually going to be shrinking in size. It's going to be around, I don't have the exact numbers yet because we're still figuring out space, but around 1,800 people. It's also going to be changing locations. The Carib is a fantastic hotel to go to. I mean, there's obviously some problems with it. We'll get to those later. But the locale, the resort, it is amazing. But they were gouging us. They were gouging the convention hand over fist. It was an incredibly expensive affair for the convention, way too much. And they didn't really seem to care if we were there or not. So we're going to a hotel that does care, a hotel that is, I have never met the customer service as the people at this hotel. It's very generically named. It's called the Florida Hotel. It's part of the Florida Mall. So it's just off the turnpike. It's still in Orlando. The dates are still the same. I've seen people on the internet saying things that are different. And so Dice Tower East, which is now going to be at the Florida Mall, still over the same dates, over the July 4th week next year for 1,800 people. And you can see registration is going to open on October 2nd. So what's going on here? So first of all, the Florida Hotel is a really neat hotel. It's made up of several ballrooms for open gaming. I believe there is 4 different ballrooms for open gaming, and then a few smaller rooms. We're still going to have a vendor presence there. It might not be as big. We'll have a few, maybe a few less vendors there because we don't have as much space for vendors. But lots of open gaming space. Well, we will still have a kids area there for kids to play in. And we'll still be doing some of our shows, but this is what I want. So I want to say, what's great about Dice Tower Con? Definitely gaming. That's still going to be there. And in fact, one of the changes here that I think people will like is our Dice Tower library. And everyone's been seeing me work on this for the past year, and I plan to double the size of it over the next year. Our Dice Tower library is now going to be a consistent at the different events we're going to do. The Dice Tower library is going to be the one that we take on the cruise and the retreat. Will also be at Dice Tower East, and logistics working out, Dice Tower West also. So we're going to have this rotating library that's going to go around, one that I am personally curating and personally making as good as I possibly can, working with publishers, working with upgrade people to make it the best library in the world. That is my goal, and I want you to be able to come there, pull games out, and have a great time. We plan on having a hot games area because that worked so well this year at Dice Tower Convention. We had 30 hot game tables. They were constantly in use, and it works really well to be able to see one, sit down, and play a game at any given point. So that's going to be another consistency there. So this gaming with people, gaming with others, is going to be one of the focus points that we're going to have here. This is, you come here to game with others. And to that end, I'm going to be cutting out tons of events. The events are going to be shrunk down, and in fact, the Dice Tower Awards ceremony, which was super fun and great, we're happy, we're going to be pulling that out of the event completely and putting that online, because our online live capabilities are getting better all the time. We're learning how to do it, and so we're going to just do the Dice Tower Awards live, pulling that out of the event again so that the focus on the event can be on gaming. We'll still do game shows there. We'll still have me versus Bonagor, pie in a face. I'll still do Pitch Car. We will get back, and Wits and Wagers is coming back to Dice Tower. So we'll have things like that there. The flea markets will still be there. We plan to have, like I said, vendors selling games there. So we're still trying to do that. But I don't want 7,000 events in the thing. I want just a few events. If you want to come and you want to run Werewolf, for example, you're welcome to run Werewolf, but we're not going to have as many of these official events because we want the focus to be on gaming. Now, a huge positive of this change, there are 2 huge positives. First of all, parking. It's at a mall. We'll have our own parking lot there for the convention center, but even if that gets filled, the parking will never run out. There will be plenty of parking, and if you were at Dice Tower Con this year, you know the parking was pretty bad. Secondly, food. Since we are connected to a mall, you will never have to leave property. You can just go in there. There's a huge food court and various restaurants throughout the mall. Now, with this going on here, okay, I just lost train of thought. Okay, so with this change here and with the food and all the hotel itself, here's how it's going to work. So some of you are probably like, oh, let's go book the hotel now. Can't. Got the whole hotel. Well, I don't have the whole hotel. This hotel has a contract with airline pilots, so there will be some airline pilots because it's really close, by the way, very close to the Orlando International Airport. But When we go live with this on October 2nd, you will be able to go in there. You will be able to go in and get your room and your ticket at the same time. You won't be able to get rooms ahead of times. You go in there and you get everything as one package. If you've seen Dice Tower Cruise, the website that we're going to be setting up is the exact same thing. You'll be able to get your rooms, get your hotel. Now, I'm not saying you have to have a room at the hotel to come. Definitely, we want local people to be able to come to this too. This hotel is going to fill up. We have a backup hotel that is a 10-minute walk away from the hotel here. So we have the main hotel, Florida Hotel, and we have another hotel that you'll be able to book too and get those and come in. So this will be able to be there. Everyone's going to be able to get it all in one package. And in fact, one of our goals is to maybe even put some merchandise on there too, where you can just go through and get it all. So when you show up, you can have all what you want to do. So we're trying to make it as easy for you as possible. Will there be bumps? Will there be foibles? Sure. There's a huge group of volunteers who make Dice Tower Con wonderful. If you are a member of that group and you want to be involved, you are welcome. There is nobody that we're not saying is not welcome. If you want to be involved, please email me at tom@dicetower.com, and I will send you to somebody, and we'll get you in the system if you want to do something. But if you want to do any sort of event or anything, again, that is also going to have to come through me. Vernon Dixon and his family have done a fantastic job of running the kids' room. They will be doing that also this year. And there may be other familiar faces that you've seen in the past coming on board. All right. Now, I expect that this will sell out fairly quickly, possibly. If the demand is that great, then perhaps in the future we'll run multiple events of this. But I think the smaller, more intimate feel is what's best for an event like this. The library handles it better. It's more fun to meet people, and also I have some ideas on that too, because I really want to push meeting other people. But this is where we are pointed towards in this direction. So Dice Tower Con has been amazing, a fantastic time. Long live Dice Tower Con. Now we enter into the Long Live Dice Tower East. All right, so let me go through questions, and I will try to answer as many of these as I can. Okay, so let's see here. Change is jarring, but with the proper planning, it can be a huge success. Sure, and we are starting to work on this now, right? That's why if you go to the website, there's going to be no information, and there probably won't be much information till actually we start it up. I mean, I'll be trying to talk things through and go through how everything is going to work, and we'll be starting up a Facebook group and just doing those things. So just keep an eye on the situation for that. I'm excited about it, but it is also a bit nerve-wracking. There's a lot of work that's going to go into this, and the whole Dice Tower team. Yesterday, we went to the hotel, we walked the hotel, we talked about floor plans. I cannot emphasize how awesome the people who run the hotel are. We were like, hey, can we put tables there? They're like, yeah, sure. You know, I'm like, can we do this? Sure, no problem. That part is really exciting to me. And I think if you are at the hotel, you'll see that I think to walk from one corner of the hotel to another corner will never take more than 10 minutes. Also, if you're in the hotel, the first lucky people get in the hotel, you go down from the elevator right to the convention center. That's kind of cool. My only issue with the change is going to be difficulty getting tickets. Well, sure, but I'm telling you the date now so you can reserve that date. I don't know the exact time. We'll put that time up there. Assume noon Eastern Standard Time, but I don't know yet. We'll have villas like rooms for my family of 5. It doesn't have villas, but it does have suites. I know this because I have a family of 9. So, but if worse comes to worse, I just get I'll get 2 rooms or whatever. That's how I deal with when I travel and such. The rooms all have a refrigerator and a microwave, so there's that too. And there's within walking distance, there is a CVS and some other things too. And again, since it's a mall, there's a whole pile of things. There's a Starbucks in the hotel itself. That's open till 11. There's a restaurant and a bar and, you know, a shop that sells, you know, sodas and stuff like that down there too. I would probably personally never go to the restaurant myself because, again, you can go to the mall and there's a plethora of options at that mall. Also, the mall has the Crayola experience there, which is a lot of fun for kids to go to. My kids loved it, and I thought of all the different experiences that are in Orlando, it's one of the cheaper ones. This hotel is about 25 to 30 minutes from the Disney Orlando Universal property, so you can still do that. Realize, I mean, I'm trying to be as straightforward with everyone as possible. This is not a resort. Okay, this is a hotel. It's a cool hotel. It's going to be great and fun. But if you're like, oh, I'll miss the pool and stuff, I get that. So that's a possibility that if you were coming for those things or stuff, those aren't necessarily, I mean, there is a pool there, but it's a hotel pool, not a resort pool. But you're still in Orlando. There's still fun things to do. So keep all that in mind. Any approximation on prices? You know, I would really love to tell you the price right now, but it has completely slipped my mind what it is. I want to say it's $100. We're trying to work with Dice Tower West that the prices for the cons are the exact same. Dice Tower West is going to go on sale a month before Dice Tower East, so if you're going to that one, you'll be able to get all that done and taken with. We don't want to be crossing each other. Also, if you're watching this and you're like, I might not get in. Well, first of all, we hope that everyone can get in, but secondly, Dice Tower Retreat tickets and Dice Tower Cruise tickets, we open up another 100 rooms in the cruise. Those are available right now. You can go to DicetowerRetreat.com or DicetowerCruise.com and buy a ticket. There's not many left for both. I think there's 48 rooms for Dice Tower Retreat and maybe 60 rooms left on Dice Tower Cruise, or maybe even less than that. I'm not sure. But you can get those now if you want. What about the unofficial, official events like the virtual flea market? There will be no unofficial events at my con as far as I can handle it. If you want to run any sort of event, you got to come through me. Now, the guy who runs the virtual flea market is part of my game group, so you can be sure the virtual flea market will exist. That will become an official event, not an unofficial one. Is the kids area for kids games or a place to drop off your kids? It's a place for kids to play games, but we encourage it in the morning. It's a place for families to come together and play games. And then in the afternoon, it is specifically for kids. You could leave your kids there for a while and go off, but it's only open for, I think, 4 hours. But you can also hang out with your kids and play games with them. It's a fantastic thing. My kids, it is their favorite part of the con for sure. Do current attendees that have gone the last 4+ years have any priority for tickets? Well, yeah, I knew this question would be asked, and this is a bit sticky. Since I didn't run the con before, I do not have a list of previous attendees. I also don't know that I can make any sort of priority for those people, except that I told them, hey, watch this video, right? They'll spread the word amongst others. Hopefully you sign up. Every year, people wait till the last second to sign up. All right, well, this year would probably be a bad time to do that. Yeah, sure, get it in the contract, sure. But as with the Dice Tower Cruise, Jason Levine handled the contract for this hotel, so we have much in our contract. Are the people who originally put together Dice Tower Con going to continue being involved or go on with their own convention? Some of them may be involved. Again, I mentioned Vernon Dixon was there at the very beginning, and so was I. They'll be involved. Others may or may not be involved. Everyone is welcome to be involved with the convention for sure. We have not banned anyone from being involved in the convention. The main difference is that the Dice Tower will be at the top in the chain of what's going on at the con. A mini fridge or full-size fridge? You know, I don't even know. I didn't ask that question. I don't think it's a full-size fridge, though. Usually events like this, not the kind of smaller, the online server can crash with everyone trying to buy tickets at once. Do you know if the servers can handle it? Well, we hope so. I mean, it went through the cruise. The cruise was a testing of this to see if it works. So we're hoping that it will work for the con too. October 2nd for badges. When to get a room? Also October 7th. Will the mall's Orange Julius be open at 3 a.m.? No. I asked about the mall, and the mall closes at 9, maybe 10. Well, the mall closed at 9, and then it definitely closed at 10. There may be a few places in the mall that are open a little bit later, but there's no movie theater at the mall or anything. And I'm actually okay with that because the late night crowd at the mall, I don't need necessarily crashing into the hotel. So there isn't one. But there is like a point. You can go to Starbucks, like I said, up to 11. Get your Orange Julius early. Dice Tower West versus Dice Tower East. Will I be missing out on anything if I go to one over the other? Well, you're going to have different groups of people at each one. They're going to be in different locations. One's in Orlando, one's in Vegas. One city might appeal to you over the other. There might be a funny event like, for example, Tom versus Bonacor. We ran that at Dice Tower East, or Dice Tower Con, which will be Dice Tower East now. Probably do that again. That probably won't be at Dice Tower West, but I'll think of something else to do at Dice Tower West. Pitch Guard Championship of the World. That will be at both of the cons. So it would depend. I try to have little differences between them, but other than that, I would go by hotel/city for which one you want to go to, or where you are. Can I bring a snack talk box for you guys at a retreat? Sure. Florida Mall is great. Crow experience and a huge American Girl store. Yeah, I don't normally go in those, so it's really expensive, but my kids do like looking at the dolls. There's also a revolving sushi bar in the mall, too. There is. It's right out the door of the Florida hotel. We walked out, and Roy was like, this better still be in business in a year. We thought that was neat. I'd never seen sushi bar, sushi conveyor belt in a mall before. How'd the pie in the face taste? Delicious. I just realized I never received my Dice Tower cup that I ordered. I kept checking every day through Friday or Saturday, but they hadn't arrived. Can I pick it up at the retreat or cruise? Again, and this is one of the things that is one of the reasons for the change. I don't have anything to do with that. I don't even know what the Dice Tower cup is. I know that there was Dice Tower cups, but I didn't have any control over the kind. So no, they won't be at the retreat or the cruise because there's. I don't know what you'll have to communicate with the folks at Dice Tower Con to figure that out. And again, that's one of the reasons for this decision is because of that stuff like that, where people come and say, "What about this?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't really know." I mean, I still might not know, but now I'll have somebody who I can ask who will know. I'm worried that the Dice Tower Cruise will run out of gaming space. Ho, ho, ho. Well, see, then you must not have been on the last one because Dice Tower Cruise, we had the. I'm actually cutting some tables out of the main gaming room that people game in because we have during the day we have the dining room to play games with, and we were not even remotely close to even like half filling it, and it's amazing place to play. And then at night we had the Windjammer Lounge, and we had plenty of room to play in there too. So I'm not worried about space to play. I was also on board with that. In fact, last year when Jason added more rooms, I was like, I don't know, it's going to be crowded. And then it wasn't because both those places were amazing, top of the line places to play games. And so we have plenty of room in those. Next stop, the whole ship, right? Maybe not. Don't hold me to that. That'd be a nice thing to have, but we'll see. I backed the Dice Tower via late pledge to the backer kit. What sort of timeline comes of that? I guess I figured it'd be fairly quick, but I haven't been charged yet. You should have been charged. But we're working on the Dice Tower stuff. If you notice online, if you go to the Dice Tower, the rewards were supposed to be November when we sent them out. My goal is still to have them out before that for sure. We're working on them. We have a good chunk of the rewards now. We're waiting for all of them to come in. We have a few left over. Once they all come in, we'll start the process of getting everything shipped out. I don't have a timeline on that yet, but I'll announce it when we do. For everyone who's saying nice things, I appreciate that. Someone said you mentioned airline pilots. It's not that there's another con running at the same time. It's that this hotel is right by the airport. So lots of airline pilots will stay there. So when we were there yesterday, for example, we saw a group of pilots and flight attendants walk by, different groups. And so the hotel has a contract with the airport, and they have some rooms for them. But that's it. The rest of the hotel is ours. There's no other conventions going on, nothing, it's ours. If you see someone and they're dressed in an airline suit, you know they're going to the airport. If not, you know they're part of our convention. Will the attendance grow in 2021? That is not a decision that I'm making at this point in time. Like I said, we deliberately got smaller on purpose for a couple reasons. One, because we want to be able to handle a smaller con, but one, I like that intimate feel. What we will do in 2021 has not yet been decided. So maybe we'll keep it the same size. We'll have to wait and see. When we get the tickets, do we pay for the tickets and rooms up front? Yes. Is the event 24/7? Well, it won't be 24/7. It'll be 24/5. So it'll be starting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it will end Sunday afternoon. The exact times will probably be very similar. We'll end around Sunday at 3 p.m. or something like that. And it will start Wednesday at 10 p.m., although unofficially people will probably be gaming earlier than that. I do know that I'm going to be changing the exhibitor room to not opening until Thursday, which allows exhibitors an extra day to get there and set up, and it shouldn't matter because people will probably be open gaming on Wednesday. Is Cool Stuff still involved? I can't speak for what vendors will be or will not be there. I went and talked to most of the vendors who came this year, and they all are interested in coming back, or at least most of them expressed that desire, and Cool Stuff has expressed a desire to be there. Is there a good place in Miami to sell used board games? I don't think so. I think it's hard to sell used board games anywhere. It's best to sell them at a convention, really. Oh yeah, parking is free for sure because it's at a mall. You don't get charged for mall parking. Will the Dice Tower be highlighting new and upcoming games at Gen Con? Oh, sure. We're going to be talking about as many of them as we can. There's only 3 weeks to Gen Con, so we're going to work hard on that. What are the current caps for all the Dice Tower excursions? Where does this one fall in size comparison to Dice Tower West Cruise and Retreat? This is still the biggest because Dice Tower West is not, I don't know what the numbers for Dice Tower West are at this point in time, but I don't think they're going to be as big as this, but they will be growing as time goes by. Are you going to try to get more Dice Tower contributors to the new convention? It was great to meet more of them over the last 2 years. Yes, but again, so there's two things involved with the convention in regard to this. We want the convention to be profitable for us. I'm not trying to make money. I'm like, money. But we also have to make it worthwhile for us to do it. When we do Dice Tower Convention, we're taking not just a week out of our schedules to run the convention, but we're taking more than that. There's lots and lots of prior stuff. There's lots of stuff posted. There's cost in the library, cost in storage. There's just costs all over the place. We have to make sure that I have to be able to pay these people who are helping out and getting things done. So with that in mind, I'm probably going to reduce the number of special guests. I encourage people to come, but my goal is for you to go there, not so much to meet special guests. I want you to meet the Dice Tower team. We'll be there. We want to be there. We want to be open and there for you to play games with. I can't play games with everybody. I know that. People ask me all the time, will you play this game? Can we schedule this game? And I feel bad. I say no. I'm just like, hey, you're right here right now. Do you want to play a game? And maybe you were in one of those games, and for that, that's great. And maybe you wanted to play a game with me and you didn't, and I apologize. But at least I can say hi to you. At least I can talk to you. And I want you to find other great people to play games with. That's the whole point of this convention. Is friendly. Everyone tells me all the time that Dice Tower Con is the friendliest con they've been to. I want Dice Tower East to even be better than that, which is almost impossible. But I want it to be at least the same as that. The in-person flea market will still be happening. Since at Dice Tower Con there wasn't anyone watching doors to check for badges, will random mall goers be able to walk into the con rooms and events? Well, I don't. I'm kind of a mixed mind on this, right? I want people to wear the badges. The main reason I want people to wear the badges is so I can see what your name is. And so if I see someone without their badge, I'll probably be like, hey, do you have your badge? Because I want you to have your badge. I don't know that we're going to be like watching as a hawk for badges. At the same time, though, there won't be as many random people walking in as you might see. We're going to have little signs up that say it's a private event, too. So that may come in, and I don't mind necessarily if people want to come in and look around, but they will. I don't think it will be as much as you see. When people were at the mall, I was looking at how the traffic was there. It was very crowded there yesterday when we went, and most people just were like walking right by that area because it says hotel. Well, the only reason people are going to go through the hotel mostly is if they parked outside it for whatever reason. My wife and I are going to our first Gen Con. Hope to meet you, and we'll see you at Dice Tower Con Live. What's the show like at Dice Tower? Well, at Gen Con, we're going to be announcing some games from other people. We'll be doing a few different various sketches and fun things there. So you'll just have to come and see what happens. Will Dice Tower Con also be expanding to Dice Tower North and Dice Tower South? Well, we'll see. One thing at a time. Like I said, there's not even preliminary plans for anything else. Did you video the auction? I'm assuming you mean the Jack Vassal Memorial Auction. No, I didn't video that. That's not going up. The videos that we've recorded that will be going up. We have 2 designer panels that we're going to put up. We're going to put up our top 5 list that we did there. We're going to post we posted Board Game Breakfast this morning, and we've already posted the Dice Tower Awards. We're going to post the Pitch Car Kids Tournament and was Tumbling Dice recorded? Maybe we'll post Tumbling Dice. And then the Pie Vassal versus Bonacor thing was recorded. I feel like there was something else that was recorded too. Oh, the game show. So that's 8 different events that will be going up over the next week or 2 that you'll be able to see. Why does the Dice Tower not sell Dice Tower merch at the con? I was sad not to help with the Dice Tower directly. I felt like it helped with the Dice Tower con and not you guys directly. Sure, and that actually is the case. But you won't have to worry about that in the future. In the future, if you buy Dice Tower con merch, it helps the Dice Tower. Why don't we sell our merchandise? Because I wanted us to be able to meet people. And we would have to staff a booth and sell stuff at that booth. We wanted to go around and play games and meet people and run our events. They have to add Dice Tower Midwest first. I'm going to keep banging this drum, Tom. Well, okay, sure. Again, I don't even have any kind of preference or thoughts on other Dice Towers. I don't know the hotel prices off the top of my head. I'll announce them as we get closer, because again, I'm not quite sure what they are. What if someone is cosplaying an airline pilot and playing games? Don't do that, please. That would be super confusing. Does the hotel have a shuttle from the airport? I don't know. These are good questions. These are things we can check on and find out. And Jason just pointed out there's a gated lot for people at the hotel. So if you're staying at the hotel, there's a gated lot that you'll be able to be part in, so you'll always have parking. For me, I'm not worried about it because I'm going to park and stay there. I'm not going to go out because I don't need to. All the things I need are right there. Will you broadcast games that are played at Dice Tower East for people who don't live in the U.S. to still enjoy the event? Well, Possibly, but I have determined this, and I've always felt this way, and I feel this way even more strongly. Some people said that we didn't stream live last week. Well, it wasn't affordable, the internet. When it comes to an event, the people at the event are my number one priority. Sure, I like to stream stuff. Sure, it's fun to see all this other stuff going out. But the people there are the most important people. And I want to make sure they're having a great time. And I know that the audience here is important, and I definitely want to do that. But we post stuff all the time. And last week we didn't post as many videos. But we're back in the saddle. I've already recorded 2 for this week. Going up tomorrow. We got a live play going up tomorrow morning. I'm excited about all this stuff. I'm excited to see where the future is. It's coming. It's coming. So Dice Tower Retreat, how's it different from Dice Tower Con? So Dice Tower Retreat is, I think we have like 120 people right now. At most, it's going to be 250, I think, if every single possible person came. Super small. Dice Tower Library. Is there a game you want to play? You're going to be able to play it because there's enough for you. We bring in the full Dice Tower Library for you to play games with. So there's going to be tons of games, and it is just gaming events. There's no distractions. There is no events at Dice Tower Retreat. It is just, well, there's the key lime pie buffet. And there's also a prize table event. Those are both incredibly fun things to do. But those are 2 events that we do. That's it. Everything else there is just playing games. You want to get there, and what's amazing if you come to Dice Tower Retreat, you're like, hey, and you teach people game, and they pick it up like that because they all also play games. Your chance of playing a game with a Dice Tower person are also extremely high there just because of the fewer people that come. So that's what Dice Tower Retreat is. Dice Tower West is not yet on sale. That will be going up in September. Is the Dice Tower, the Jack Vassal auction going to happen still? Sure, we're still going to be running one of those there. Anything to address library games from being taken out of the convention area? Well, I don't want library games taken out of the convention area. I'll tell you this. I'm going to take a very hard nose on this one. It will be in the comic book when we come. But my goal at conventions are for people to have fun playing games. And if you take a game out of the library for more than 12 hours, you are ruining other people's fun. Not ruining it, but you are making other people's fun lessen. So I'm going to have a policy. If you take a game out of the library for more than 12 hours, your badge is deactivated for the remainder of the con. Hands down. You got to share games. I don't even understand why I have to say stuff like that. It should just be natural. You check a game out, you play the game, you put it back. To check it out, take it back to your hotel room and play it, that's not the point of this. The point is to play with other people. You want to take a game and play it in a hotel with your family, then bring it yourself. That's just the way it is. You might be like, well, but this is my chance to play a game I never played before. Great. Play it in the open gaming area. And particularly, try to play with other people. Well, the top 5 list live board game breakfast is still going to happen. I don't know about that because I want to have as much open gaming as possible. So, and the show space isn't, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I also want us to be able to play games with people more. And if we're doing shows all the time, that's more difficult. Will the cruise ever be in the summer? Probably not. Summer's convention time. Any specific memorable experience from this year's Dice Tower Con? Tons of them. It was a fantastic time across the board. Do the events for Dice Tower East cost extra or included in badge price? I'm trying to make it a one price thing. I can't swear 100% there will be no extra event cost. Like, for example, last year there was a escape room that you could pay for. But it's highly doubtful that there will be anything like that. There are no secret Russian underground bases associated with this mall? Not that I know of. We'll miss the Creed Royale, the setting made for the best kind. Well, I know that. Don't get me wrong. I completely understand that it was a beautiful place to be. Happily, Florida's beautiful all over the place, and double happily, you don't have to be at the con the whole time. You can always go off and see parts of Orlando that are beautiful and fantastic for sure. Do you assume all viewers are 11, or do you talk to everyone like they're a child? Oh, no, I don't mean to offend. I apologize. I try to be very clear, though. I've always thought that people who taught children were always the most clear people to others anyway. So I don't assume all viewers are 11, but I do try to be as clear as possible. And if I offended you, I'm very, very sorry. Otter says, best of luck with all these cool projects. Thanks, Otter. We appreciate that very much. Is the 1,800 count inclusive of only attendees, or is it inclusive of attendees, as well as exhibitors, staff, guests, etc.? It's probably going to be a complete count. I'll know more information as we get closer. We're working on that now. We have layouts and we're writing down numbers and etc. But I was able to give a pretty good estimate that it'd be 1,800. We might be able to squeeze in 2,000, but we'll wait and see. There are 2 Florida hotels. One is at the Florida Mall. That's the one where we're at. You don't think you could get volunteers to sell T-shirts? Sure, I think I can get volunteers to sell T-shirts. Any comments on the Dice Tower Awards? I think they were fantastic. It was a wonderful time. And I think the games that won, very well deserving. Congratulations to all the winners. Yes, Jason says there is a Link shuttle that runs from the airport and costs $2 each way. So there's that information. Do you think Dice Tower East will have the pandemic survival event? I don't think so. Again, I'm trying to cut out a lot of these different events, and I want open gaming to be the main focus. Now, it's possible that these events will happen. I cannot promise that they will or will not happen, but the focus, we want it to be on gaming with other people and having a good time. Wow, the worst hotel in Orlando. Well, I've stayed in some pretty skeevy hotels in Orlando. So I would, and I stayed in this hotel, and I thought this hotel was quite nice. So worst hotel in Orlando might be, well, I was going to say exaggeration, but we'll just say it's a lie, because that's basically the truth of it. Come on now. Is Dice Tower Cruise still available? Yes, if you haven't heard, we've opened up another 100 rooms on the cruise, and, well, there's not 100 left because like 40 of them sold like that, but there still is room if you'd like to come. Jason says, oh, apparently 32. Jason says there's still 68 rooms left. Am I planning on reviewing Escape Plan anytime soon? Yes, you will see Escape Plan reviewed next month. Did someone leave live birds at this year's con, or was the PA announcement a joke? I couldn't hear the PA announcement, but since we're on that subject, let me tell you something else that's really cool about this. There won't be a live PA system. Instead, when you go here, we'll get an app. You'll get a code for this app, and it'll be a special app for this hotel. And when this app is on your phone, when we have an announcement to make, we just essentially send a message out to everybody with this app. So just boom. And you get it, you get it on your phone, there's the announcement. You don't have to worry about can you hear it or not, you just read it on the phone. I think that's pretty cool, it's useful, it won't bother games being said. I mean, we might shut down the big main gaming hall at the end of the con and do some PA announcements there and, you know, hey, thanks for coming to the con and raffles and things like that. But over the course of the con itself, we'll just send out those messages to let people know about what's going on. People keep asking me if I can recap the announcement. The very cool thing about watching this live video is you can just go whoop, all the way to the beginning and watch. That's easier than me recapping. So if you're at this point, you're like, what's he talking about? You can just slide to the very beginning of the video, watch. When you're done, you press live, and it catches right up to where I'm at now. Why don't you review the Exploding Kitten card game? I don't think I have it, actually. I am really off on my movies, folks. I didn't see Spider-Man Far From Home. I didn't see Aladdin. I haven't seen Stranger Things yet. These are all on the list of things to do, but right now we gotta get ready for Gen Con. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's see here. Is Jason working out? Oh yeah, Jason lost a lot of weight. A lot of people probably saw that. It was fantastic. So volunteers could sell T-shirts and merch. Why do you have to be at the booth to sell T-shirts and merch? Because I would have to pay the volunteers to be there. I don't want to ask someone to volunteer to sell stuff for me at that part at the Dice Tower Con. It doesn't matter, Mr. Troll. What it matters is that we might do it at the future, but the point of this is not to sell stuff. The point of this is for us to make a fantastic time playing games with other people. Can we book rooms now for next year? No, you cannot. The rooms are already reserved. You can get them at the same time you get your ticket. We're trying to make the whole process streamlined and easy. Will you be still offering an early bird price in the first few months or so? I will not be doing that. I don't think we need an early bird price. There will be one price. And if it doesn't sell out, so be it. But I don't... it's just one price. Thank you, Brandon. Will there be swag bags? I don't know. You should always assume no, there won't be a swag bag when you go to a convention. I think, lots of the bigger conventions kind of phase those out as time goes by. We'll still have something maybe. Like I gave out a free game to everyone who came this year. If you wanted one, you could get tricks or treats. And if you didn't get one, should have come to Board Game Breakfast. But I'll try to have stuff like that, but I can't guarantee it because stuff like that costs somebody money somewhere. But we'll try to have something cool. Did I say the price will be $100 for the tickets? I don't know what the hotel prices will be. Is there going to be one large gaming area? There'll be smaller side rooms as well. Well, just to clarify again, there are one, two, three. I think there are 4 open gaming big halls. Then there's going to be an open gaming area where the hot games will be. Then there'll be a few tables scattered all over the place and a few small game rooms for quiet games and at night for Werewolf. I'm going to probably change that up too. I know some people want to play Werewolf 24/7 and all, but probably going to restrict Werewolf to the night hours just because we want to use those rooms for quiet gaming during the day. Any advice of going to Gen Con? Get some good walking shoes. Realize you won't see everything. Stop by the Dice Tower booth. We have 2 rooms and a boom going on again. Well, if someone wants to run that, they can always email me and say they want to run these kind of events, and we'll see what we can get set up. Will there be a worship service next year? Yes. If I'm part of a convention, there will be a worship service. Hey, I'm caught up on questions. That's cool. TSA won't let you play 2 rooms in a boom that close to an airport. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, excuse me. I'm so tired from the con. The good news is my brother's in town, so I get to see him today. My in-laws just moved in the area, so it's good to see my brother today. And what else is going on? Lots of games to play and review. I opened up I did my boring unboxing this morning. There's some neat stuff you'll see there tomorrow when that goes up. Will there be a role-playing area? There will not. This will be board games only. I mean, I'm not like 100% walk up and you're playing Magic, or you're playing a role-playing game in the corner. But no, this is board games only. That's the whole focus of the con, and that's what we want to push. Doesn't matter what the board game is, war games, Euro games, card games, what have you. And it's also going to be family-friendly board games only. So if you're coming in looking for the Cards Against Humanity tournament, you're going to be in the wrong place. Have you tried Imhotep Duel yet? Nope. Can you purchase a one-day badge for others? No, that's unfortunate. And I get it. You know, you said you want to expose people to it. They come in and see the con. I get that. But a one-day badge takes away a 4-day. If we had 10,000 tickets and we could sell one to everybody, you know, and there was plenty of extra space, then yes, one-day badges would make sense. But unfortunately, with how limited it is, it's just not possible. The Dice Tower Cruise is full of games, or can we do other activities? There's all kinds of stuff. I'll play a game, then I would eat. Then I go watch a show, then I would eat. Then I go play some games, and then I would eat. Then we go on an excursion somewhere, then I would eat, then I would sleep, then I would eat. Then I would walk because I'm trying to work off the eating, and then eat while I'm walking. Yeah, I had to work out a lot after the cruise. Will the convention hall at the new location be warmer or colder than this year? Probably cold. I like it cold. It works better cold. Will the library list still be posted publicly ahead of time? Sure, but you don't have to worry about that. You can go right now to Board Game Geek and look up DT Library, the user, DT Library, and you can see what our current library is. Now, there's a lot going to be added to that list as time goes by. Okay, so don't get too worried about what's on that list or what's not on that list. It's going to expand for sure. I mean, I've been talking to publishers. I'm really excited about our library. Okay, but you can see what it is right now, and I'm already pretty happy with that. Is there a Testing Tuesday planned this week? Nope. Instead, we're doing a live gaming tomorrow. I believe we're playing Tribes Dawn of Humanity tomorrow morning. Then we're going to do some pre-recorded stuff that we need to do tomorrow for other playthroughs that will go up later on. And then on Wednesday this week is going to be a crowd surfing live. On Thursday, we got live board game breakfast and maybe a top 10. I haven't talked to the other guys yet, so we'll have to wait and see. And then on Friday, back talk. So those are the different things that will be scheduled as we get to work on those. Will there be a math trade? I don't know. I might shut down the math trade, if only because math trades are fantastic. I know people like to trade games. We have to work on it that they don't take up huge sections of the con and disrupt traffic flow, because that happens a lot with math trades. The virtual flea market works well if we can have it at a specific time and things like that. So we'll see. Thank you for the amazing con this year, says Kayla loves point salad. Oh, good. And I'm glad you like point salad, because point salad is amazing. In the Dice Tower Cruiser, there'll be Gloomhaven? Probably not. I'm not sure I'm putting Gloomhaven still not in the Dice Tower library, because I just don't think it's a library game, like one that you pull out and play. Maybe, if I get an extra copy of Gloomhaven, maybe. But my copy, I'm not putting in the library. You can do math trades without involving con staff. Nope, 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 nope. Any event like that, any event that involves more than 5 people, I'm going to insist it has to go through us, just so it doesn't disrupt other people. There is always problems at any con I've been to when 2 groups decide that they're going to use a room or do something at the same time and they mess up with other people. And that just causes problems. So why not schedule it ahead of time? It just makes more sense overall. How many tickets can you buy at one time? I don't know about that. We'll have to. Well, that's something we'll work on. I don't know. Is there a particular reason why it's always the week of Independence Day? Makes it tough to convince my wife I want to go during the holiday. It's just a week that we picked. It didn't cross any other conventions, and I like having it during that time frame. Any news in a 24-hour marathon? Yes. Well, I mean, not news, but it's going to happen, and I think we have it scheduled to go up in November. So November of this year is when the 24-hour marathon is going to happen. Who's going to be on it? What are we going to do? Don't know yet, but that's when it's going to happen. Do you prepare what you're going to say during a back talk episode, or do you improvise? Website still says rooms sold out for Dice Tower Cruise. Can we find out which room types are available? You can always email jason@dicetower.com, and he will have that information for you. He'll jump right on that. Will we have creators demoing their work? There will be a bit of that, perhaps. We're going to have some tables where people can show off their games at the convention. So I always want to control that, because I don't want someone taking like a prime gaming table, putting up a sign and basically selling stuff at it, or selling their game. Back it on Kickstarter now. Sometimes that's more disruptive than it is helpful. Again, everything starts at play fun games with other people and comes out from that. So that's kind of the focus and goal of it, and then we go out from there. How's Pandemic in the Dice Tower library? Is it replayable? Is Pandemic Legacy in our library? I don't remember putting it in. This is dumb. Are you talking about the hat? Because that might be it. Or are you talking about my voice? Grating and irritating. But it's back! It's back. I lost a little bit of it over the con, but I'm feeling much, much better now. Or maybe you're talking about the brick wall behind me. I think that's pretty cool. Or maybe gaming in general. In which case, why'd you come on the channel? Either way, I don't know. Where would you most want to go for a week on holiday with your family if all expenses would be paid and missing work wouldn't be an issue? With my family, Malaysia. Hands down. I'd love to go back there with my family. We had so much fun the last time. I would love to go there. I'd love to take the kids and see the ocean, and see, there's so many cool things. But costs would be quite an issue there. So it's like a pipe dream. Are badges going to be monitored like they have been in the past to prevent resale price boosts? Yes. As always, if you scalp a hotel room and or a badge, you are banned from Dice Tower cons. Not just Dice Tower cons in general. Dice Tower Convention, Dice Tower Con will now be a generic word for all of our cons. So East, West, Retreat, Cruise. Will there still be events for designers like a playtesting room or speed dating? There will not be a speed dating event. There will not be a designer panel. There's enough of those at other conventions. I'm cutting both those from mine. A playtesting room. There might be some playtesting tables, but there won't be a playtesting room. Again, I'm trying to make everything lean and mean. Everything okay with Suzanne? Oh, sure. She just wasn't able to make it to Dice Tower Con this year, but she's fine. In fact, she'll be on not this Dice Tower episode, but in a couple of them, Susan and Mandy will be doing a podcast again. What one place that you haven't been to on Earth would you like to vacation to? Okay, so besides Malaysia, a place that I haven't been to with my family, maybe the Grand Canyon with my family. That might be fun. No, speed dating is one of my big reasons for going. Sure, and I get it. And I get that not every con is going to be able to please everyone, but there are so many cons out there, so many things to do, that the speed dating is definitely one of the things that I don't think helps the overall part of the con. Speed dating is already at a lot of different cons. If you don't know what speed dating is, real quickly, it's where designers have 5 minutes to show a publisher a pitch, and they go around. But it takes up a room, it takes up some time of the convention, and I'm trying to make the event schedule lean and mean, and I think this will help. What's going on with Chief Sokotoa? Well, last I knew, he was with the Skevians. What was happening is they were merging with the Scuvians. It was kind of a weird concept. The best I can explain it, so two worlds were kind of merging together. Most of the time when worlds hit each other, it's a collision, everyone on both of them dies, but we were able to slow one of them down. They hit each other, so gravitational pull and things are going on. We were able to move them. It was a lot. It's actually kind of a bureaucratic thing that he was doing, but it seems like everything is going well, and it's now called Skyvian. Very weird. I like your voice. If the Dice Tower didn't exist, I reckon you make a good sports commentator. I've always known that I don't have a good voice. Like I'll listen to people on the radio and go, wow, that guy's a good voice. I have Eric who has a good voice. I know that my voice is, I don't know that it's necessarily grating, but it's not like it's not a radio voice, one that sounds good as you talk. It's just, it's nasally. That's something I try to work on. You're supposed to hold your nose and talk. It's to make sure you're talking through your mouth and not your nose. So I know I do that. In speech class at college, I got yelled at all the time and stuff, so I know that. But I hope that I make up for it with excitement, enthusiasm, and just expression in general. So you work with what you have. I can be interesting, even if my voice is not necessarily the best. Then you have Eric Summer, who's the best of both worlds. So. Now people are giving me tips for going to the Grand Canyon. I'm not planning to. It was just a if you could question. Free admission for fellow families of 9. No, sorry. Are you talking exclusively about Dice Tower Cruise, or this room talk is ambiguous about what you're talking about? I've been talking, I think, about Dice Tower East this whole time. I've only talked about Dice Tower Cruise when someone specifically asked about it. I'm a defense attorney practicing in Orlando, says this man. Before that, I was a prosecutor practicing in the same place. Where I picked his location doesn't know Orlando Florida Mall is dangerous. Well, sure, malls can be dangerous to some degree. We're going to be in the hotel. I'm going to hire a security guard to cover the place at night, and we'll do our best. It was certainly fine when we were there. Do you have a job besides doing the Dice Tower? I have many things that I do, but the Dice Tower is what pays the bills right now. So the dates for Dice Tower East are July 1st through 5th. That sounds right, because I do know that, 4th is Saturday. I know that for sure, so 5th. Yeah, that sounds right. July 1st through 5th. We'll put that up on the webpage as soon as we can. What are the best conventions near PA? Hey, PAX Unplugged. It's in Philadelphia. It's a great convention, and I have a lot of fun going to it and a lot of good times going there. Hey, I just realized it's 12:03. It's time for me to end this because I need to get going. But we got things coming tomorrow, so tune in tomorrow for our live playthrough there. We'll see you all next time. I know that there's going to be a lot of questions about this. I know that there's more going on. We're not going to have all the answers. You can email us. We'll like I said, soon we'll set up a Facebook group for this, and where people can ask questions and stuff. But we're going to be learning as we go on this. But we're going to be working as hard as we can to make it the best we possibly can. At the same time, we're working on Gen Con and getting ready for that. And at the same time, we also want to make this channel as best as we possibly can. If you came out last week and said hi to me, I really appreciate it. If you've never been able to make a Dice Tower one, you're just here to see what's going on, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. I'm having a great day. I hope you are too. Until next time, I'm Tom Bassel, and you've been watching Live Q&A on the Dice Tower with nothing funny at the end.